Wow.
It's our own little secret.
What's up? It's Luis from America's Best Restaurants, and we travel the country coast to coast to find the places where you need to eat at on a weekly basis. And this week we're back in Chicagoland, my town, and we are today in North Aurora at a restaurant called Raimondo's Pizza and Pub. We're gonna talk to Sharon and Joel, who are the owners. Plus we're gonna see some of their amazing items like their lasagna. It's going to make your mouth water, plus all the other items we're gonna see. Look, I know you're hungry because you're watching this. So why don't you come with me? Let's check it out. All right, everybody, so now we are inside Raimondo's Pizza and Pub, and we are joined by the owners, Sharon and Joel. Guys, thank you so much for having us. We really, really appreciate it.
Oh, it's a pleasure having you.
Yes.
Awesome. So now, Sharon, you and I were talking off camera earlier, and also we did a couple of Facebook Lives. You were telling me about this.
The Rotolo.
Talk to me. What's happening?
Oh my
here?
goodness gracious.
Oh.
So yeah, it's just a little piece of heaven right here. It is.
Okay.
It's a lasagna noodle, and in the middle, it's like a lasagna in a
See if I
noodle.
can do this.
And yeah, you gotta show them.
Yeah.
I can't describe it because it is the most wonderful thing I think I've ever tasted.
So no words.
In my life, it is amazing.
Okay.
Yes,
I mean,
you gotta taste it.
oh, that's good.
I know.
Man, wow.
It's our own little secret, so I can't give you the recipe. Sorry.
So, other than magic and cheese, right? The rest is a secret?
Rest is a secret.
It's a secret.
That's your story, you're sticking to it.
Yeah, I'm sticking to it.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Can you tell me the story of how this place came to be and how you guys ended up owning it?
Sure. This started out, he's a retired North Aurora police officer. His name is Ray Trevey. He and his wife came up with a lot of these recipes with the spaghetti sauce. I asked him one time how long it took to get, to the pizza sauce. He said it was a couple of years of tooling around with the recipe before he found what he liked. And they opened up and they basically served pizza out of the kitchen in a bar over on Route 25 on the east side of North Aurora. Eventually took off. They decided to open a place over by off of 31 on this side of the river, ran it for several years, sold it, came back into the business again for about 9 years or so, and then sold it to us. We looked at this for a long time, but the recipes were perfect. We haven't had to do anything with them. They're great. And the customer base is phenomenal. There's great loyalty. People are so decent and nice. We really enjoy working with our public. When Sharon says that she loves to go out and talk to the customers at the table, she does that all night long. She's never wearies of it. So, we just came across this thing looking for restaurants in Joliet, Frankfurt, places like that. We found this and it just felt right.
Okay.
It just felt good. So we had no doubt whatsoever. And by the way, that stool over there at the end of the bar, that's where Ray comes when he sits down, and he'll sit down and talk with us for a while. He still comes in, and Mike, his son, who also ran the business with him, comes in as well. We count them as friends. Everybody here love those guys. We love those guys. Happy to see them come back anytime. It's just a great feeling.
That's cool. That's cool. So are you guys originally from the restaurant industry?
Sure.
Yes, we are.
Okay. Okay, very good. So this is natural for you.
Yes, it is.
Very cool, very cool. Yeah. So let me ask you this. What is your favorite menu item and what about yours?
Mine?
Yeah. What's your favorite? Like, when Joel's hungry, what's your go-to?
I love the spaghetti and meatballs.
Okay.
They're awesome.
Classic.
Classic. The meatballs have just a bit of punch to them, a little bit of red pepper, and they're phenomenal.
Okay.
And the spaghetti sauce, I don't know how I can say it. I mean, it's probably the best I've ever eaten,
Okay.
Fabulous.
including the one I make.
There you go. Okay. And Sharon, what about you?
Mine is for sure the lasagna comes
Okay.
out first.
Okay.
It's homemade here. It's like this high when it comes out. It's delicious. And then Rotolo is a close second.
Okay.
But the lasagna is fabulous.
Okay. Well, since you're talking about the
Fabulous.
lasagna, you're talking so high, we gotta try it.
You gotta try it.
Right? All right. So
Absolutely.
let's take a look here. This looks pretty awesome. I'm not gonna try a humongous piece here. Let's see.
You might want one after you.
Oh yeah. That's real good.
Yep.
That's real good.
That's made right here.
Ooh.
That's made right here. Dave makes that from scratch.
Okay, cut. Episode's over. No, I'm just joking. This is good. That's real good. Mm.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
You had put what, Italian sausage in here?
Yes.
Yeah.
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 That's
different.
not ground beef,
That is-
that's Italian
That's
sausage.
different. I can taste it. That's really good. Wow. Okay. Austin, you know you're my friend, but this is for me. Sorry, dude. This is for me. Let me put this over here. All right. Now, Joel, when I was talking to you off camera, you mentioned there's one thing that you wanted to have, which is this right here, because you're like, that'll look real nice on
Oh
camera.
yeah.
Talk to me. What do we got?
That's a Margarita pizza.
Okay.
And the story behind the Margarita, as far as I understand it, is it was made in honor of a Princess Margherita. And it was made to reflect the colors of the Italian flag. So you've got the basil for the green, the mozzarella for the white, and the tomato and the sauce for the red. But that's a beautiful pizza, and it's very popular with our customers. It's a lighter dish, lots of flavor to it. And I think you get the nuances of everything. You
really
eat with your eyes, but when you dig into that thing, it's really good.
It is. It is. I like the dough. I like the flavor. It's really good. And that sauce, you're not kidding. That sauce is real good.
They worked on that for
Really
a couple of
good.
years.
Really good. And I love the amount of cheese. I'm a cheese guy.
Ah.
So I love that. That's really, really good. Now, let me ask you a question. I don't think I've ever asked this on film before. What is the best piece of advice anybody has ever given you for the restaurant industry? Can you think of something?
Oh, gosh. I think your father told me one time, don't do it. No, but he's
I wasn't expecting that.
no, but it's, I don't know if I've ever gotten like one singular piece of advice from somebody that guided me this way, but working with Sharon's brother, Mike, was always rewarding to me. I think that being in this, if you wouldn't be in the service industry if you weren't about trying to make an experience special.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
And maybe for me, it may not be being out in front of the house so much because Sharon's much better at it than I am, but I still contribute in my own fashion to that. So I think you wouldn't be in this if you weren't in it to make somebody's experience special.
Okay. Very, very cool. That's always interesting though, but I love the first thing you say, yeah, don't do it. Hey, I got bad news for you. Don't do it.
It's a tough business. The hours are long, but at the end of the day, I can go home and put my head down and sleep like a baby. So
That's good. That's good. That's good. All right. Ever since you put this on the table, I've been looking at it
Italian beef.
because it's got my name on it. So talk to me. What do we have here?
That's an Italian beef with mozzarella cheese with a side of onion rings. There you go. Yeah, the au jus is something that we put together ourselves here. It's spiced in a certain way. Again, it's one of those things that you can't share that secret. And this one here is the chicken bacon ranch. Kind of like those two are our top sellers. Italian beef is number one. That's a number two.
Now, this in the sandwich department or
In the sandwich
just overall?
department. In the sandwich department, yeah.
What is your overall top seller?
I'd have to say that the Alla Supremo pizza probably sells more than anything else, and the Godfather pizza. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Great. I'm gonna save that for Austin because I I gotta be a good
You gotta be
host,
nice.
good
Yeah.
friend.
You
I
gotta
gotta
be
be
nice.
nice sometimes. Sometimes, not all the time. This right here. What do we got?
Cheesy garlic bread. Just put your face right in it, and it's phenomenal.
Mm.
If you like
Nice
cheese.
and crispy
Yeah.
and so good.
Wow. Now, how long has this restaurant been here?
This has been here for, I think we're in close to our 11th year in this location here. Yeah. So we came in, we made a few changes, on the inside, kind of did a redecoration thing. Mike had, I think 22 guitars on the wall when we first bought the thing. It was pretty impressive. It was a really cool environment. But Sharon wanted to put a touch on there, and so we just kind of altered things a little bit. But yeah, it's been here about 11 years, I think. So it's a part of the community.
Yeah, no, it turned out really nice.
Yeah.
Really, really beautiful on the inside, and it looks like everything is placed in its proper place. And I also like, cause when I walked in, I noticed like the art that you have in the back, and I pointed out at it right away, and I was like, that's pretty cool. And you left that from the original owner, right?
That's from the original
That's
owner.
cool.
That belongs to Mike Trevey. He's been kind enough to let us keep that. Actually, the one with on the very far left, the one that actually shows The Godfather, that was not drawn by Mike, but by a previous employee. And all the other three were drawn by Mike. I mean, pretty impressive artist. So yeah, he did all
That's
of those.
very cool.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Now, there's a special thing in the restaurant that you showed me. And it's like stepping into like a completely different house, time zone, world, if you call it. Tell me about, and that's what I'm going to dub it, the secret room. Tell me about the secret room.
Secret room. The secret room is a tea room, and it's actually a banquet room. But my daughter and I have always wanted a tea room. We've been going to a tea room since she was little, and we always had a dream of wanting to do a tea room. So it never happened up until now when we decided to buy the restaurant, and we looked at the banquet room, and we just looked at it. It was just a red room and gathering room, and we saw, what we were looking for. Like, I think we could do this in here, and we did. It was a collection of us and my daughter Kate, her husband, and then Kate's mother-in-law helped as well to kind of figure out, the colors in there. But it's a very special room, and people feel, this is what I love, because I used to do banquets at our last location, and that's what I loved most was to do special events, because I want to make everything perfect for everyone, because we're doing some of the most special events in people's lives, so I take that very seriously. So, to have that tea room is like a dream come true for us, and it just is very comforting to be in there. And a lot of people just come in and they're like, because it looks like a different world coming from here and going into the room. So
That's cool.
yeah,
That's really cool.
yeah.
It's really cool. It kind of, I remember I told you, it kind of reminds me of like Alice in Wonderland, the Mad Hatter's Tea Party.
Yes, yes.
It's got that kind of a vibe in it, and it's very different. You can certainly tell you stepped into a different place when you walk into that room, which is really, really cool.
Yeah.
Really cool. Now, do you remember the first time that you and your daughter went to a tea party or a tea room?
I think she was maybe 6.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and she's 37 now. So
Okay.
that was a long time ago.
Wow. And then from that day on, that just
We
you guys got
loved
hooked.
it. We did. Yes, we did.
Now,
we
what
loved
is it about it that you guys love so much?
Because it was fancy.
Okay.
And she was all about, she had a book called Fancy Nancy.
Okay.
And I'm sure anyone who has a little girl has a Fancy Nancy book.
Okay.
But anyway, and they had a little tea room in the book. And she would always look at that tea room and her and I just loved it. And it was so special because we could just sit there and just be enamored of what was going around, on the walls and the tablecloths and everything. It was just a real cool experience, and we just grew to love it as a really special place for us to be for special occasions.
That's
So,
really cool. That's really cool. I mean,
yeah.
it's completely, like I said, it's a completely different vibe. It's kind of got a calming effect when you walk in. And like I said, it's similar to kind of like a Alice in Wonderland, Mad Hatter's Tea Party, but it's a very calming environment. Even like, I even pointed out the color on the walls.
Yes.
That's a perfect color in the whole thing.
Yes,
And you mentioned that your daughter's mother-in-law, right?
Yes. And
She's the one,
yes.
she's like an interior designer. She's the one that chose that color and everything.
Yeah, yes. She and Kate's husband John got together, and that's the color that they came up with.
Very cool.
He's an artist, so that's, you know.
He's the one who designed this too, right?
Yes,
Yep.
he designed this. Behind us here. He didn't design it; he made it actually.
Well, he did design the.
He designed the new logo.
Okay, very cool.
And made that out of 4 pieces of wood, so it was pretty amazing.
That's
So-
very cool. Very cool. Now, in regards to the restaurant too, you guys of course have delivery and everything, right?
Yep.
Now, you guys, I'm assuming you do private parties, birthdays, things like that,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, we do.
Now,
We
do
do.
you do them inside the restaurant, or do you do them in the tea room, or do you do them both? Like, how does that work?
We do both.
Okay.
We can do little events in the tea room, and then we do. We've done bigger events in here. We just had a bridal shower in here, and it just takes the whole restaurant up, and we make it real special in here too. And then I use my mismatched china. I have a lot of china that I've gotten. And here's the thing about the china is because I feel honored that I'm using people's treasures, because
cool.
it was, back in the day, I remember my mom used to set all the tables with china. And that was real special because it was like, you just felt special having the china. So that's why I was, I love that room, because I can use the china, and I can, like I said, use other people's treasures in there as well, that they just ooh and ah over.
That's very
So.
cool. That's really cool, and it's unique.
Yeah.
Because I was certainly not expecting to find that when I walked into the restaurant.
I know you weren't.
And then you told me, hey, let me show you something. I'm like, okay. And I walk in, I'm like, okay, this is very different. Really cool. So you guys definitely need to check it out. You'll see it on film, but it's completely different seeing it in person. Of course, I know Austin's gonna work his magic with the camera, but it's not the same seeing it in person. Close,
Right. Close.
not the same. Now, Joe, you and I had another conversation too about the bar area, and you're very proponent of having local beers, correct?
Yeah, we
So,
try to
Talk to me about that.
we try to remain as super local as we can on tap. We've got 5 taps. Right now we have 1 from Chicago and 2 from St. Charles.
Okay.
2 from North Aurora.
Okay.
2 very, very local ones, which are BBGB and Brother Chimp. Literally within Brother Chimp's, I could walk there in 2 minutes, and then you've got the other one about a mile down the road. We like to have that sort of connection to those folks doing the local stuff, and the beers are very good, by the way. We also have a pretty big array of canned and bottled beers. We got pretty much just about anything for any palate. So, everything from IPAs to stouts to wheats to ambers, reds, domestic beer, whatever. So
Now you told me that those outsell the bottle beer, right?
those outsell the bottled
domestic?
domestic beer. Yeah, the pints do, just because I think they're just really, oh, hey,
Who
guys.
walked in? Who just walked in?
Our
Some neighbors.
are here.
Like, while we're shooting, it's all good.
it's all good. But yeah, they outsell the domestics actually. So yeah, it's a big part of what we do. We inherited that as well. It's something that Mike Trevi put some real focus on too. We don't want to lose that focus, because what goes better with a pizza?
Yeah.
Beer. So, and we've got a nice array of wines and a pretty good bar as well for spirits.
Very cool. Very cool. Now, I know you and I also were having another conversation that you're working on kind of like standard operating procedures, because, you want to make sure that everything, of course, you have got amazing quality, but you want to make sure that people in the kitchen don't trip over each other, so to speak, because you don't have a humongous room, right?
Right. It's kind of like, picture like the International Space Station, and people, it's kind of like that back there. That we're on the ground, we don't get to float. But it's we want to go ahead and we want to have just tighten our operating procedures back there so we can produce more product without sacrificing quality.
Okay.
So that's a very big focus. That's a very big focus for us right now. So that way, like I said, we can meet the demand that we expect to increase.
I love it. So Joel, I know you mentioned originally that all the recipes were perfect and everything, but has there been any items that you've introduced or anything that you've changed or enhanced?
Well, as far as items introduced, we're actively kind of controlling our menu right now.
Okay.
We're not expanding it out too much, but I'll tell you this, we've got a couple of things that we've run past customers, primarily on our platforms that have been very successful.
Okay.
We're looking at a doughy cheese bread. It'll be something that I'm telling you right now, it's phenomenal. It's just basically dough with our garlic butter, cheese, bacon. It's great. We have something called a Tachos Raimondo, which is, it already is here. It's kind of a nachos take on tots.
Okay.
And we've tooled that up a little bit where it's awesome. I mean, it's just awesome how it tastes. So we'll be rolling that out pretty soon. But as far as changing stuff on the current product, one thing I've done is I've gone back to the original cheese that Ray Trevy used. It's a 50-50 East Coast mix. It's wonderful. It's stretchy. I mean, that stuff can sit in the fridge tonight. Go ahead and throw it in the microwave or the toaster oven tomorrow. You'll be able to stretch it out again.
Okay.
It's a remarkable cheese. It's really good. It matches so well with the sauce and dough.
Nice.
So, that's the change we made.
Okay.
So, it's and I think that's a productive change.
Okay.
I think it adds a lot more flavor to the pie, and it gives you that stretchability. So we just went back to what Ray and Mike had. So,
but for the majority of the menu, it's the classic. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Bingo.
Love it.
Bingo.
Love it. Awesome. So look, everybody, if you're looking for more restaurants like Raimondo's, if you like restaurant content, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you know whenever we drop a new episode. So now, guys, how can people find out more information about your restaurant?
Raimondo'sPizzaPub.com.
Okay.
Stop in and see us. Sharon and I will talk to you. Give us a call. Check out our Instagram and Raimondo's Pizza Pub on Instagram as well.
Pizza Pub. Hey, kid, do you want to come in and sign language? No, I'm just joking.
Come on, yeah.
That'd be so cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have a blast here. Just stop in and see us. Check out our website. You can order on our website. It goes through slice.com. It's a great and easy way to order carry out and delivery from us.
Okay, very cool. And what's the address here?
1033 Kilberry Lane, North Aurora.
And do you remember the phone number? Because we never dial on.
Sure. 630-301-7727.
Okay, awesome. Well, guys, look, I highly recommend you come here. If you've never been here in North Aurora, if you live in the Aurora area, actually, as a matter of fact, it doesn't matter where you live. Doesn't matter what direction you're driving. Just come to Raimondo's. Come get this food. Come meet these amazing folks here. You guys are gonna have a great time. You gotta come check out the secret room too, because like I said on video, it's just not gonna capture the full essence of it, right? So that's pretty much it for us. Look, I'm gonna try this breadstick because it looks amazing. And I'm gonna be a nice friend. I'm gonna let Austin try some of this food. You can also find a full listing for Raimondo's on AmericasBestRestaurants.com. That's it for me. I'm gonna see you guys on the next one.